Wonderful. Hey everyone, Jules here with Edwin and with Khuram from Bayat Al Salam. And today we are going to talk about everything in Dubai, why Dubai is such a hot market for us to invest right now. And I will turn it over to my co-host Edwin.
Julie, hi, Karam, welcome back, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to our very first episode to Dubai, the intro to Dubai. This is going to be exciting because there's so much topics, so much coming, so much that we're going to cover along the way that we just can't consolidate this within a month. So this is going to be exciting because a lot of people has come and asked about Dubai, the benefits, the investments. So we're gonna kick it off nice and easy, and we're going to talk about Dubai itself. What makes Dubai what Dubai is, right? So I'm not gonna I'm not gonna hold back. I'm gonna turn it on to our guy, our CEO from Bayou Salam Properties, our guy, Karam. Karam, how you doing, my friend?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me again, Edwin and Jules. It's always nice to see you guys.
Karam, man, look, it's always a pleasure to have you here, man. And ever since we started this off months ago, it's always been in the back of my mind about Dubai. And you hear the topic, you hear folks always wanting to know more and more and more and more about Dubai. So let's start. Let's start from the jump. What changes? What about Dubai? What makes Dubai the number one global investment hub right now, right this very second?
Mhm. So, when we're talking about Dubai right now, we're gonna just have to start from the way we started and where we are. Like we just celebrated 54th National Day. So, in 54 years, no nation has done what Dubai has done. So, started with the Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed and Sheikh Al Maktoum. Both of them, they combinedly started to work towards making a global city and connected seven emirates. So seven different states, they came together and formed one country as United Arab Emirates. And since then till now, when we compare the growth, the potential, the vision, the leadership, and as well where we are heading to, the vision for tomorrow, there is no match. There is literally no match, and we just keep on repeating the same. It feels like sometimes we are exaggerating things, but this is how we see it. I came here for 3 years, 12 years down the line. I still don't want to leave. And now I was posting on my LinkedIn and I was like, hey, you know what? Dubai is not a second home anymore. Dubai is indeed home for me. So we are heading towards, a city where I don't have to fly to Paris to experience anything French. I can have all those French guys here. I have all the British guys here. I have all the different nationalities here. When we are so cosmopolitan, over 200 nationalities living under the same roof, nobody has problem with others. Nobody's stealing, nobody's stabbing, nobody's complaining about different modern problems like feminism or genderism or terrorism or all of these things. We literally forget everything outside of this bubble. So I was talking to my friend and I say, hey, you know what? If I ever have to get out of Dubai, I'm gonna be really, really silly, man. I'm gonna stop forgetting that this is the real world you know the other day I went for grocery and I literally took my phone just so I can pay with Apple Pay. My car was running, my wallet is inside, everything else stayed inside, and I had some of the money for one of the investor to go and pay. So because we're so used to of it, that money stayed in the car alongside with everything else. The car is running, the windows are down, and because it's 19 degrees of winter for us now, so this is the perfect weather for people to convert their cars and leave the windows open and just go and shop and come back. So imagine having 200,000 in your car, your wallet is there, your credit card, your phone, everything is there, and you just leave it there and go for like 15, 20 minutes, get something to eat and drink, and come back, and nobody touched nothing.
Wow.
Yeah,
What would you like to have?
that's safety at its best right there. We can all agree that. And
How it would be
when
in Miami.
Well, why don't you put that same scenario right in front of me? I'll give you the results really fast.
Yeah.
And I'll be the first one to stand in front of the judge and tell him, yep, yep, Your Honor. Yeah, I did it. Absolutely. You know, your Bayou Salam Properties is one of the top developers in the UAE. And so from as a CEO from your seat right now, we're seeing a lot of billions being poured into Dubai. What's changing globally that pushes investors to come to Dubai right now?
So as we're talking about, the global problems, we also should be looking at the solutions Dubai is trying to bring to those investors, to those people who are actually trying to come to Dubai. Now, while we are sitting and talking about these problems, Dubai is literally working and taking everybody's advice and suggestion to improve and be spot on for those problems. We are opening 4 corridors internationally each year for trade. We are giving them the best possible way of doing businesses. We are giving them no taxes. We are literally going with this, like free zones, mainland, all those licenses to go ahead and give them the ease of business, which is making our economy strong. And also, this is diversifying again the not just the real estate, not just the oil and gas and tourism. It's actually diversifying the whole economy. Even when we're talking about the bubble of any economy, we are looking at each aspect of life, each sector of life, why this economy is under the spotlight at this moment. And when we look at Dubai, as Sheikh Mohammed said, he said, we want to be number one today. While the
Right.
people are looking at the elections and problems and all these kind of political issues, we are working towards being the number one today. We want the number one education. We want the number one healthcare. We want to be number one in the travel and tourism. We want to be number one in IT. We want to have the number one ports. We want to have a number one airlines. So if you tell me Admin is number one in the world, they start to work on making a clone of Admin, which is at least gonna compete you. If he's not gonna, disqualify you, it's actually gonna give you competition. So
Mm.
they are
Yeah.
not going to look down at you. They're not going to be complaining or being jealous, like talking about all those different things. Oh yeah, Admin should be doing this, not doing that, but rather they would be working towards making their own admin, if not the best of the best, at least equal to what admin does. So this is the leadership we have.
And that's interesting you said that because it's fair to say that Dubai went from like a hidden gem to like a global capital, in less than a decade, give or take, if history serves me right.
Yep, yep,
And so, being that you said that, being that we agree on that part, let me hit you on something that you just said. You talked about the 4 corridors that you guys are building there, and no taxes there, right? So zero taxes and a friendly, an investor friendly system there. A lot of people still don't believe that right now. Like
yep.
this is real. Zero income taxes, zero capital gains, no property taxes. Compared to the US, Europe, Canada, how big of an advantage is Dubai tax structure for someone trying to build general wealth right this very second?
See, when we are looking at these aspects and we see where the money is moving, where all those big brands are moving, where the hospitality is going to based in, and how we are accommodating each and every single type of investor. It can be somebody who's going to start with $250,000 and they're looking at the maximum amounts of payment plan. Like some of the developer, they want to accommodate people up to the level where they're giving 6 years, 7 years, 8 years of payment plan. So To
Yeah.
start with, we are not just looking at the big fish. We are trying to get everyone on board. We're trying to bring people here, investing 250,000, paying in spam of 6 years, 8 years, 9 years. This is sort of the accommodation we have, and 4 international corridor a year to do the trade to welcome more and more and more people is actually giving us the advantage over world. Now by December 2025, we already crossed 19 million tourists in Dubai so far.
Hmm.
Their
That
Emirates
is,
Airlines at Terminal 3 has seen over 95 million people passing through. And by 2030, when we open up the biggest airport in the world, that's going to carry at least 216 million people a year to go through Dubai. So it's not just going to be real estate, it's not just going to be travel and tourism, it's literally everything. We
Hmm.
are accommodating everyone. You name the biggest investors like MGM or Win Casino, these guys are coming here. Disney is coming here. Ferrari World, which we have, is seen immerse expansion in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, sorry. And there is so much more coming. Silicon Valley, they're gonna bring some of the capital here. I believe Navida, if I still remember, these guys they announced one of their headquarters to be in UAE, either in Abu Dhabi or either in Dubai. But I think it's gonna be Abu Dhabi because Abu Dhabi is much bigger than other states. So imagine the trillionaires, they are moving to a place, and we being on a middle class or on a start level where we are trying to build a wealth, we should be following where the money is flowing,
Sure.
be the center of where it's going.
it's interesting you said that. And so last time we spoke, we talked about MGM going over there. We talked about Disney going over there. We talked about Silicon going over there, and I had made a comment that they're going over there. It's just a matter of time before Hard Rock lands over there, because all these name brands, all these major players that are out here playing the way they are, they're going to want to land somewhere, right? You've got Hard Rock right now is building. I think it's the largest casino slash hotel in Vegas right this very second. You guys got the largest one in the world. And
Yes.
so it's not a competition, it's more of we're going to put the biggest name brands in Dubai, period. That's the way this is coming about, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And so you had talked about your people investing over there were 250,000 investments, 6, 7, 8 years in repayment back, right? And so with what do you say, 19 million visitors a year, right? And that's not including investors coming in. This are just regular people coming in, loving Dubai, saying, I like the safety. I like the tax
Mhm.
benefits. I like the culture. I like what they're offering. Now, as a regular person, I get to go to Dubai and invest, right? So let me ask you something about the returns. Everybody talks about the ROI in Dubai. For
Yeah.
those that don't know, is return on your investments in Dubai. But Karam, you're sitting inside. You're like in the middle of all of this, right? Um, what kind of returns are investors actually seeing right this very second investing over there with you?
So on an average, we have 8 to 10% ROI. And some of the investors with the hotel apartments, these guys, they have fixed interest free, tax free, and any hidden fees or maintenance fees free ROI up to 8.33% per year on their investment. And that's just to begin with, because this is where the hotels, the biggest names like Intercontinental Hotel Group, these guys are operating the properties for investors. Other than that, when we as a company, we are managing the assets for our investors, we are even making up to 12% ROI in the properties by doing the Airbnb, or by having the clients who are paying yearly, once in a year, kind of stuff. So we have long-term contracts, we have short-term contracts with the people. We do Airbnb for our investors, and where we see on an average 8%, 10% is bare minimum. But people, if we're looking at the old prices when 2021, 2022 was the time, investors who bought during that time are making over 20% ROI today,
Jesus.
because the
Wow.
way it is, because of the prices and the hype which is now being done. But imagine, in no time we're gonna have the biggest airport in the world. We're gonna have the biggest casino in the world. So
Right.
we did not come all this far to stop now. So if you are investing today, regardless, you're gonna
Hmm.
be looking at ROI or ROE. Both ways, you're gonna have the capital appreciation and you're gonna have the highest ROI. As an investor, that's what you should be considering and looking at the numbers. Let me give you an example. So in 2022, one of my client from Russia, they bought Mina Rashid, which is the waterfront property by Emar. They bought one bedroom, I believe around 1.2, a little bit up, a little bit down. And today, in today's market, that property is standing at 1.9. So the payment plan was 80/20. So they paid 80% during construction of 2.5 years,
Hmm.
and they gained over 500, 600,000. That's bare minimum of 60% return on your equity. And if you're going to be selling and you're going to withdraw that money, and you really calculate how much appreciation you got, and
Hmm.
then you convert that appreciation year by year, you are making over 30% in that case.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's insane.
Um,
it's it's a dream.
Yeah.
so you, wow. Okay.
I don't
Wow.
know. I'm coming for a check from you, man. I see
Yeah,
you
when
invested.
you, the problem is, unless people start understanding how this is structured, right?
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to understand the politics, the infrastructure behind it, and it's a great infrastructure that you got locked in there. The safety net is there. I mean, not you, but everybody that lives there, that's in the middle of it. You in particular, you're in the middle of it all. You always talk about Dubai being the safest city on earth, which it is. It's the numbers are there; they just don't lie, and that matters, you know, more than people think. If you don't go back and you kind of look at this history and how it got developed, right? So being what we know, how these investments are coming about, the LOIs, I'm sorry, the ROIs, how much you can invest into this, and what your returns are going to look like. Explain this, the safety, the infrastructure, the government stability, all combined to make this a long-term investment hub.
So, as I said, like each time they want to improve the system to make sure the people are safe and secure and happy, the government has such a framework to monitor each sector of business, including real estate. So if any of the investors they're gonna be buying property, they're not going to be pay, they're not going to pay into developers' accounts. They're going to pay into the escrow accounts, which is monitored by government. Most of the time, these escrow accounts are linked to construction. So because of the way they structure it, and the amounts which the developer has to put against that escrow account to ensure that each investor is safe and secure and compensated in case of delays, in case of cancellation of the project. Once they ensure the developer can do it, then only they will give the NOCs for sale. So, as an investor, you will always be safe, always be secured, and always be prioritized over anything because of the way we structure it. There is always somebody monitoring each department, to go with. If it's a
Karam,
real estate regulations authority, RERA is monitored by Dubai Land Department. If it's Dubai Land Department, it's monitored by some other department, which is monitored by the government and the owner, the sheikh himself. So there is always somebody who's ensuring that a single cent which you put in Dubai today is safe, secure, and is producing at least equal amount of money for you to work with.
Hmm.
Karam, let me ask you a question before, because I want to talk to you about this construction thing. But now that you said all that, do you think that investors underestimated how safety plays in this real estate appreciation?
Definitely, definitely. I mean, look, anybody who wants to go anywhere, they want to ensure first thing first, how I'm gonna sustain there, how safe my family is going to be, how sustained is the law of the country. And look what's happening. Like one of I just yesterday I was watching this video. One of the celebrity from India, and because I'm Punjabi, and this lady, she's very famous among Punjabi. She was in London, and obviously she's a celebrity, so she's not staying on the Romeo Street on the side of the corner. They are living in a lush residences. Somebody broke into their residences, broke the glass of their car,
Oh my
stole two
gosh.
LV bags, really messed up her car, and even tried to steal the mirrors from the side of the car just so they can resell as a parts or something. She was explaining and crying. She's like, oh my god, those bags were expensive. And I was like, yeah. And she said, this is London, this is not even in India or in Pakistan. We are not expecting all of these things in such a modern and global hub and such a global city. And like, it was shocking for me as well to look where we are heading to in such modern cities. And
Okay.
if it happened to somebody who's a celebrity, who's living in a lush and really good community, a really good building, I can only imagine what's happening on the streets, the backstage, what's happening towards those corners when people they don't prefer to go.
You know,
So all of
with
these
the
things wouldn't have these problems at all in Dubai. You can walk into the most underrated, most underdeveloping labor camp, and you will still find it clean. There is nobody shouting, screaming, doing drugs, or sitting outside and
Hmm.
like literally, I shouldn't be using that word, but pissing on the street.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's true.
Still clean. Nobody's doing that.
It's true. Look, I live in a very, very, very good community here.
Mhm,
CVS is right down the road. And this afternoon, I went to CVS with my aunt.
mhm,
And everywhere I go, I take my dog with me. And while she went inside, I took the dog out for a quick, walk. And I wasn't even paying very good attention. I kicked a bottle of piss. Luckily for me, it didn't break open. But that's a harsh reality. So you're not saying nothing that's going to be hurting anybody's feeling. And for those whose feelings you just hurt, sorry, welcome to reality.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's as simple as that. And real quick, because I want to ask some people here with these STRs at 10 or 14 that you guys have, and I don't know if I'm saying that right. You correct me, but with the STR yields that you guys got at 10, 14, and your LTRs at 6 and 8%, I think. Appreciations at 20 and 30 on pre-constructions, of which we're going to hit in a second, and payment plans with no interest.
Mhm.
If listen again, if whoever is looking at these recordings, you're not reaching to buy US Salon Properties or Julie or myself, you are seriously missing out on a lot of benefits. And please, every letter on the word benefits, capitalize it. because you're missing it. And this is just the beginning of what's coming. So, um, guys, if anybody got questions, please, because I'm eager to keep going. I've got questions of my own. But Yan, Joe, Fumi, Jamie, Julie, please jump in there. You guys got questions?
I have a simple question. What is needed for someone in the US to invest in Dubai? What are the requirements?
So as in documents, they only need 6 months of valid passport, and they can pay with the crypto, they can pay cash, they can also transfer the money directly to the escrow accounts of the developers. So
Okay,
it's very
so
easy to buy property.
just my passport, and as long as I have the funds,
Yeah,
that's it.
yeah.
And a ticket that you're going to pay for me to come over to Dubai.
Absolutely. And right now we have the year-end special offer. So people who are buying, pre-booking the property with 5%,
Mhm.
we will give them the free trip to Dubai.
Free, all I had was free trip to Dubai. I didn't hear anything else. I don't know about you all, but okay, so say that one more time. So if they're investing how much percent before the year
So let's say for the US, I believe it's going to be $550,000 dollars to begin
end?
with, which is 2 million. So they get the golden visa,
Okay.
and that comes with the payment plan, so they don't have to pay 550,000 at once. And they're pre-booking the property with 5%.
Mm-hmm.
We will fly them to Dubai, so they experience Dubai, they see it, they feel it, they connect with Dubai, and then we will fly them back,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a free round trip. And in case if they say, look, we are not happy with Dubai, which doesn't really happen, but let's assume
Okay.
things
Okay.
happen. So if
Okay.
somebody says, look, we are not happy with Dubai, we don't feel like we want to be in safe city, we don't feel like we want to save on taxes, and we still want to go back to those streets, and then we return them the 5%, but we
Mhm.
deduct the amount for the trip, and
Okay.
that's the only catch we have.
Okay. So walk us through that. What's, so say I'm interested, I pay my 5% down off of 550,000 US purchase. So it's like 27.5. I get to experience Dubai. How many days do I get to stay? Where am I put up? Am I going to be staying at the Atlantis? Like what's my red carpet rolling out? Like walk us through the process with the developer.
So you'll definitely be staying in 4 to 5 star property
Okay.
in a nice location, and
Mhm.
you will definitely be given the best possible hospitality of Dubai, so you have the first-hand experience. But not the Royal Atlantis, unfortunately, unless it's going to be like 15, 20 million, and then I will personally book it for you. And
Thank you.
yeah, but again, just the right amount of charges, which will definitely be up to the market standard. That will be taken from the 5%, and the rest
Okay.
of the money will be returned.
That's awesome. Awesome. And then what developer? So, is there any particular developer that we'll be working with?
You can have multiple choices of developers.
Mhm.
However, like we kind of like pre-qualify people. We look into the best possible options. We try to understand what's the niche they're looking at. Can that be something where they're gonna put the money? And rather than trying to save like 4, 5 thousand on the trip,
Mm-hmm.
much rather save that money into the asset. So if
Sure.
they are purely investor who is looking for hassle-free net ROI, much rather go with 8.33% on hotel apartments operated by Intercontinental Hotel Group
Mm-hmm.
than to put the money into, excuse me, into residential units like apartments or villas.
Okay.
So we try to understand what fits the investor best, so that we can look into the whole investment strategy.
Okay. That makes sense. Thank you.
And
For
here I
me,
am trying to dump $500,000 into an investment here in Florida. The only thing I'm getting back in return is one bottle of aspirins after the next. Come on.
yeah, yeah. For me, any questions, from LA?
Well, this is my first time, participating, this
Info. Yeah.
call. So I don't know prior to the plan, but it's interesting that I hear Dubai all of a sudden, from the person I met meetup, and also I just spoke to um, the other, in a couple of days ago, that they're opening the office in Dubai, and also you guys talk about it, and I see other, Dubai, conversations. So, it's really great to hear how the Dubai is forming, and also the infrastructure is really strongly coming. That's really key for the investor. And then of course the tax benefit and then everything. So yeah, I'm just absorbing the information right now.
Wonderful. Yeah, and whatever
Yeah.
topics like you need to know about, always drop it. This of course recording will be on YouTube, but we're trying to figure out like what are the key questions US investors want to know, and that's the kind of topics. We're going to be doing these sessions bi-weekly, every
Yeah.
month,
Mhm.
bi-weekly. So, bring some topics, bring scenarios like, hey, if I want to invest with this, where do you think my best return is? What's the best payment plan? And Khuram will provide that to you. And if we also do referrals, but it's just getting an understanding because people think that Dubai is so far away, and it is.
Mhm.
It's, from Miami, it's like 14 hours on Emirates. But to Khuram's point, you have to experience it. Like I fell in love with it the first time I was there. Like ask him every time. I'm like, I'm not going back home. I'm like, find me my too bad Faz is taken. Otherwise, I mean, like, I don't know. You can't get me coming back here. But what blew me away, I love architect and I love technology, and Dubai does an amazing job how they blend both. And to understand the dynamics and the culture, people, so how people see America here, like we all immigrate to America for the better, the American dream. People do that in Dubai. So you have
Right.
Asians, you have Pakistanis, Indians, Europeans. That's their getaway to live in Dubai and they experience the culture. So we want to bring the US investors to enjoy that. So we're going to do a tour here shortly, whenever I can figure out my schedule, but to take you to, to see and to feel the food is
Mhm.
amazing. You won't want to leave, I'm telling you. Like I was holding on he's like, you can just leave your purse here. I'm like, dude, I got money in here. He's like, look around you, man. There's like money
Yeah.
everywhere. Like you don't need, that fake, what purse did I have? I don't know, that fake Coach or whatever I had, but you have to go experience it, like for me. And
I see.
Yeah.
I think, for the investor to the international, the one thing is like you said, you're not familiar with that, you know, um, the law. So how your rights and money protected if you invested in, equity partner or whatever the form, but you don't understand the system of the country or documents. Therefore, I think as an investor, like, you can't really measure the risk of it when you put
Sure.
the money, and you don't speak the, language over there, or the culture, or you never seen the system. That's why I think people are
Yeah.
like hesitant. And then like, yeah, you are in US and you can make enough money here. Why do you put the money over there that you don't know anything about? I think that's
Right.
Yeah.
one of the,
Great. Wow, very
thing.
awesome objections and everything that anybody would feel, right?
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
with Dubai, they're so transparent. Like the government, Dubai Land Development's in the middle, and everything goes through them. And then you have the developers, and then they have you. They check everything. And Karam will go into this. Like it's so transparent, you see everything. So it's kind of like our escrow account here, where a title holds everything in escrow, and you get to, everything. The paperwork is in English. There's one that's, I mean, in Quorum, you can go through this, but everybody speaks like what, 99% speak English? I mean, they speak more than one language, so that's awesome. But um, they walk by it, Aslam walks you through everything and just ask questions. That's how we learn. That's why we
Mhm.
wanted to have these sessions so
Yeah.
we can
I
learn because it's always changing, and we have the expert here with us. So,
Yeah. And
Okay.
to add what you,
oh
oh,
yeah, go for it.
yeah, come
Yes.
on, yeah.
Yeah, Edwin, stop
Yeah,
talking. Let her talk.
sorry
No, I'm
to
just kidding.
ask. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, Edwin.
No, you're
Karen,
fine. Yeah.
it kind of like it sounds like heaven in Dubai. So I am speaking in terms of Vietnamese families, you know. So I would like to ask you a question because several young family in Vietnam who have young kids, young children, and they normally want to send their kid to the US for better education, for better life. So I would like to ask if it were you, then if you were them, where would you suggest? Because to me, whatever you describe Dubai, I would send my kid to Dubai, not to the America, to the US. So where you gonna send your children to, Dubai or America? Because this will
Karam,
be
watch out, because
a
she's gonna
lot.
send Lisa and Lily over there. They're
You're going to be
twins.
babysitting, so I hope you're ready.
I can tell you a lot of Vietnamese young young family, they want to send their children to the US.
Yes.
And instead of US, why not Dubai? Because Dubai, did you mention 550K, right?
Yeah.
To the
So
US, they have to do like I think more than 900K to the US. So why not to Dubai, where better education, you know? So this will be I would like to know more so I can convince a lot of family in Vietnam to Dubai versus to the US.
Yeah.
definitely. Well, great questions from both of you. Look, the language and the culture is so widely open that we welcome over 200 nationalities in Dubai, and we don't have problem with each other. For example, Pakistan and India, if you look at the media, we love to hate each other. It's love to hate each other kind of time. We don't hate each other, we love to hate each other. In Dubai, we don't feel any different. Most of my clients, most of my friends, they are from India. Love them. I think I have more friends from India than from Pakistan. So when I go back home, I still talk bad about India and stuff because that's the political situation. I still want to blend in. I still go and talk to the media. Yeah. But there are differences between India and Pakistan, and the culture is this and this. There's no difference. In Dubai, you are part of the family. You are part of Dubai, and we are open to welcome you. Now, when we talk about the laws, the law is not just for the locals or not just for GCC countries, the Gulf countries, which are part of same as Shannon countries in Europe. We have 6 or 7 countries which are called GCC countries. It's not just protecting them, because when we look at the ratio of foreigners, expats living in Dubai compared to the locals, it's 88% expats and 12% is locals. When we talk about the education, we see that every type of curriculum is being educated in Dubai. So you will have the British universities, you will also have Canadian and American universities. The price for accommodation and transportation, it may differ, but I've been to 44 countries and I can compare. I think it's still gonna be at least 30 to 40% cheaper to live in Dubai, study in Dubai, compared to going to Europe, UK, US, or Canada, with all those taxes and no safety and security and all this competition happening in the world. I mean, I'm not talking bad, but this is some of those harsh realities which we're looking at. If I have the kids and I have to send them somewhere, I will tell them to go to Dubai and go live all by yourself. I don't care you're gonna live in the desert, you're gonna live in a tent in a park or whatever. Don't disturb me, but be somewhere in Dubai. So the bubble of this safety and security and of this unnatural heaven which we have in Dubai literally spoils you. As I said, I completely unconsciously forgot that I had the money from investor, which I was gonna go and pay to the developer, but this is massive amount, 200,000. And I left my car running, my wallet is inside. I have 2 phones, one for myself, one for business. So my business phone stayed in there. and I only took the phone where I could pay with the phone to buy whatever, So I studied from international universities. I was living in the UK. I lived in Malaysia. I have been here in Dubai. So when I'm looking back, I'm like, I couldn't do it in UK. I couldn't do it in Malaysia.
Mm,
It wouldn't be there. Literally, it
This
would
is a
be like
lot.
boom, gone,
mm-hmm.
But when we are like unconsciously programmed in this safety and security kind of stuff, and then we go to the real world, we still think, okay, we in Dubai, and it kind of spoils you as well. But there is no other place which can be compared with Dubai or UAE at this moment.
Yeah.
The other countries, they might come to the level where we're gonna see them implementing such changes, but by the time when they implement it and they introduce themselves to the world, they gonna take at least 10 to 15 years from today. But we gonna be at other level in 10 to 15 years as we speak. Just to give you a quick example, we have Vision 2040, where Dubai is gonna be at least 400% more greener. They want everything to be walkable. They want every community to have uh, pet friendly, family friendly. The communities, the transportation. They want every single community to be connected with the public transportation.
Mm.
They're spending billions to make this happen. By the time when the other countries, the other cities, they will pick it up, we're going to be 10, 15 years ahead of them.
Mm-hmm.
So we always have to look into what's happening in 2026, in 2025 to 2026, when the world is talking about the next elections. We hear the rumors that the leaders of Dubai are talking about the Vision 2070.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
this is where we're looking at.
Yeah.
that's
So,
tough.
Yeah. One thing, Yentu, I want to share with you, the leaders, like the Sheikh Mohammed, he walks out in the street. Like he doesn't need security, like here with the president, and they block off all these roads and highways. So yeah, follow me on Instagram. Khuram tags me in a lot of those videos, and we just had one where they were in a restaurant, and my Prince Faz was there too, and it was just amazing. What I wanted to share too, the food is amazing. It's all like organic and it tastes so different. I don't know. I'm a foodie, so I had like Paki food.
Makes me feel like I want to go there. I
Yeah, so
mean,
we
it
should
No,
we should
sounds
have a
like
road
a
trip.
we had that
place,
conversation last
place
night.
for the kids. So
Yes, yes.
I
And
think the parents, would love to send their kids over there to live, to study.
yeah,
So I mean, in terms of parents' mentality in Vietnam, I mean, we
sure.
normally want to send the kids to the best place. So far, a lot of people want to send them to the US, but not Dubai. So why not Dubai? So this is just something I really,
Yeah, and it strikes
really
you too
interesting.
because of the safety, but also because of the culture that's there,
Yeah.
Technology,
the
culture, yes,
technology, and
exactly. Yeah,
their
that's the thing.
Kura mentioned that only 50 years. I mean, we're 200 years independence, right? But and
Yeah.
what they have leveraged, like what I saw, I bought the book. I think it was from Sheikh Mohammed, the My Vision, My Story, sorry. And he talked about like how him and his grandfather, his father, had the vision of converting that desert into the city that it is right now. And it just blew me away. Like I just got the book right away, and I'm
Amazing
like,
though.
yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
so amazing. I bet that a lot of Vietnamese family would love to go there to
Mhm.
invest because a lot of them look to invest to the US. And
Mhm.
right now, I think before I remember it's 500 something K. I don't know exactly right now, but I heard some of my friends said that because the US they increased the
It it
investment
it was
amount.
850. I believe it's 900 now. I can look it
80,
up.
yeah,
Invest.
yeah.
Their
So,
golden visa. It's not really golden
yeah,
visa,
yeah,
but
like business, business
So
visa. Yeah.
I wanted to throw in a two-part question. I'm sorry, Karan, go
oh,
ahead,
Karam,
bud.
go ahead, Karam. Sorry.
Um, I believe it's up to $5 million now. It's not 800,000, 900,000 to begin with, and you have to qualify for that golden visa for US. And that also they may give it to you or they may not give it to you.
Right.
In
It's
Dubai,
very
you are
difficult right
guaranteed.
now. Yeah.
Yes.
So that was
It's
part of
very hard.
my first part question to you is you work closely with a lot of investors, with a lot of international buyers. And so this is that right there, that golden visa is a very big question. Who qualifies for the golden visa and what makes it a game changer for investors, i.e., Fumi, Yen, who are asking these questions. Yen, particularly, that has two girls. One is down here in Miami. The other one is there with her, but she's going to Utah, who's going to be an engineer. People like her with kids who in her case is talking about Vietnam wanting to go to, let's say, instead of bringing them to the US, let's send them to Dubai. So someone like that, my first two-part question to this, who qualifies for the golden visa and what makes it a game changer for people, investors like Yen and Fumi?
Mhm. So we, as in Dubai, we offer golden visa to anybody who is buying over 2 million dirhams of property, and they do qualify for it. They are not to be waitlisted, that they are now going to be hoping that the government may approve the visa for them. So as I was looking at the news, the guys doing the talking about the visa for golden visa for US is it's about 5 million. You have to pay 5 million one shot to start with, and then they will actually go through your profile and they will see if you are a good fit for the visa. But in Dubai, we don't have to scan through your profile to start with. You will definitely be getting the visa, golden visa, which is 10 years of residency. You get priority on the businesses. You get the discounts on a lot of different things, including the education and insurances. And since we don't have taxes, so obviously it's not going to be taxed. But again, once you start making money, it's 100% yours. You can buy the value of 2 million starting from 20% to begin with, and then you pay like 1% per month. That sort of payment plans are there where the investors, where the developers are accommodating investors, giving them a chance to buy 2 million, pay in 5 to 6 years, interest free. And also there is no hidden fees when you're going to be closing the loan or the payment plan after 5 to 6 years. It's not going to suddenly be 800,000 or 900,000 because now is the time to make money out of you. Much rather you will pay what you sign on today's purchase. So once you get your sales and purchase agreement, it goes directly into the Dubai Land Department. So as I believe Fumi, she was asking about how the whole system is being monitored. And obviously this is actually genuine concern because people, they do not know. But once you sign the sales and purchase agreement, it gets registered with the Dubai Land Department and there are no changes afterwards. Every investor who is buying in Dubai is safe and secure and backed up by the Dubai government. And most of the time, we do not use lawyers or convincers in between to start with, because for each developer to produce such documents, they have to go through the Dubai Land Department and RERA to get the approvals for those terms and conditions, and then only they can bring it out to investors. You know.
And see
That's
that
something that missing. Yeah. Sorry.
no,
That's
yeah, you're fine because there's a second part to this question I need to ask because I know where your brain is going because of Lisa and the conversation we've had with Lisa, and now Lily going to Utah, which brings me
not
to
only
this.
for my children, Edwin, because several family in Vietnam too.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
we don't have that kind
I
of
know you.
protection
I
or
know you very
support
well,
from the
yeah.
government, you know,
Right, right.
especially in Vietnam. That's why a lot of investors, we a lot of like business owner in Vietnam, they have to, do on their own and not receive a lot of support from the government. So that is something that kind of, investor might be very interested.
Definitely.
Dubai.
Just to clarify one more point, when you have the golden visa in Dubai, you are absolutely treated like a local. You have dedicated team to assist you anytime. It's like a personal concierge where the people they have all the time direct assistance from the government. As well, God forbid, you go to any country, let's say you are flying to Pakistan and you lose your documents, within half an hour, your traveling documents will be ready and delivered to you so that you can fly back to Dubai to do the rest of the formalities. And when we are traveling, we are obviously we do use the passports for the other international airports, but in Dubai we have our Emirates ID is like your green card. So we do scan and check in and check out of the airport using our Emirates ID. So exactly the same thing would be provided for our golden visa investors. And then you have dedicated concierge all the time, 24/7, to assist you with anything, even for lost documents. Before even you go and report it to your own embassy to begin with, you will already have somebody assisting you with the travel arrangements to fly back to Dubai. So you are home, tension free, stress free, and then you can talk to your embassy. You can talk to your lawyers to redo your documents and stuff. So imagine this is how much Dubai is willing to, assist people in getting the better life, which is unheard of. I come from Pakistan. If I lose documents, I will have to go and meet like 10,000 people. And out of 10,000 people, 10 people, I have to bribe them to begin with, So
That's dope. That's dope. Karam, this brings me to the second question. We talked about people like Yen and the investments, but sending their kids to Dubai to study, right? So what I wanted to talk to you about earlier, a little earlier, and now we're getting into it now, is the pre-construction power you guys are having right now in Dubai. The strategy that Dubai is extremely famous for, because you guys are just nonstop going and it's like never ending, right? Tell me why pre-construction Dubai performs differently than anywhere else in the world.
So as we talk about, the assets, the modern collaborations, the value behind each brand, we as in Dubai, we want to bring them the experience to live this lifestyle, not just to have money and then buy just another condominium or a villa or a mansion. In Dubai, people look at each asset differently. So when we think about or talk about, the constructions, or we talk about the lifestyle, we talk about all these big names out there, like Bugatti Residencies right now in Dubai is really, it's a flame because we see it rising out of the ground now. And imagine having Bugatti is dope, but having a collection which is, exclusive to you only, that doesn't just make you money, but that also gives you status. Now Bugatti has collaboration with Bengati, one of the developer. Bugatti chose to be exclusive for 10 years with one developer. If you are a person who has the one and only Bugatti apartment in the world, what value would you get out of your apartment when you want to resell it?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
then it comes down to different brands, it comes down to different locations, it comes down to biggest names like Zaha Hadid. They have launched one of the new project on a waterfront community. It's going to be canal residencies. It's going to be commercial. It's going to be residential. It's going to be, they call it symphony. It's designed by Zaha Hadid. Now, imagine if you have to explain to somebody who is already into business, architectural business, and they hear the name of Zaha Hadid, they will be like, "Oh wow, it's designed by Zaha." And then you tell them it's in Dubai, and then they're like, "Wow, it's in Dubai." And then you tell them it's waterfront and it's 7 minutes drive away from Burj Khalifa. Uh, the tallest tower to come is going to be Burj Creek, the Creek Tower.
Right, right.
So when you are talking about these things, and then you buy the value of 2 million, let's say, and you pay 20% today, the remaining amount is going to be like 5%, 5%, 5%, which gives you gap of 6 months to 12 months, where you don't even exhaust your cash. You can still invest into your business. You can still enjoy buying a car or a yacht or something as an investor, buy those exclusive watches with the same amount of cash. While if it's a ready property, definitely you're going to have to put your cash upfront. If it's not all the way from you, maybe 40 to 60% can be mortgaged for international buyers, but then you might be thinking about the mortgages, the interest, the fluctuation, the EBOR, and all this kind of stuff. But when we try to accommodate you with the easy payment plans. This what stands out for major investors. If you want to be buying $1 million of property, and you think about reselling it with the 30% appreciation after 2.5 years, but then you think, okay, I'm only going to pay 50% during construction or 60% during construction. Let's go with the 50%, and then the 25% is the appreciation. That's 50% on your capital invested.
Mm-hmm.
That means year by year you are getting 25% return on the capital which you invested.
So Karam, for for um for a new investor, um with a pre-construction, and let's just use Ian for the sake of this conversation, for a new investor, would pre-construction work for somebody who wants to send their kids to Dubai as a first investment in Dubai, or would it be something that's already constructed, like a beginner's invested, like an entry point in Dubai for her?
So as I explained to you, once we talking to any of the investors, we
Yeah.
ask them those questions. What exactly do they want?
Mm-hmm.
It can totally be just for the investment where they don't even care if it's an apartment, it's a villa, it's a condo, if it's an office or what. Then we suggest them to go ahead with some hotel apartments where the investors are getting 8.33% net ROI per annum, and they get the capital appreciation on their assets. They get the highest ROIs. They don't pay any taxes. They don't pay any sort of management fees. They don't pay any sort of maintenance fees. That could be one way to start with. But then there are some of the people who might be looking to, move into the apartment after 6 months, after a year, or maybe they want to just buy property now, send their kids so the kids they can enjoy. So depending on person to person, the strategy for investment may differ, but again, the main goal stays the same. Get them the best asset, make sure those assets are performing well, and ensure that the investor is safe and secure in their investment, because it's not just about making money. There are some of those investments which goes dull. So I wouldn't say everything in Dubai is gold dust. You have to pick your cards well to
Mm-hmm.
be able to make money. We can look
And
into some of the locations where there would be potential, but let's say we are looking at 5 to 8 years, 10 years from today. The people they buy it thinking, okay, everything will grow. No, not everything will grow, because if you're buying in a community which is 15 years old, with no amenities, with no accessibility, with no public transportation, with no Like, you don't want to make Bugatti residences in some community which is right next to the labor camps here, right? So we also consider those. So location, developer, brand, reputation, speed of construction, as well as the value on their money, what they are paying for. We consider all of those. So then it comes down to, again, the same. It comes down to people, what exactly they want to do with the investment in Dubai.
And so I'm glad you said that, because the reason I was asking you that is because a lot of new investors, you've got TikTok, you got YouTube. I'm a new investor, so I'm looking at mostly YouTube, right? So I got this little 86-year-old lady downstairs that I take care of. I go see her once a day and make sure she's okay. And she's got this cold, and she says, I don't need to call my primary care. I go to YouTube, and YouTube told me I need to take this and I need to do that. 5 days later, she still sounds like a dinosaur, right? And so people who don't understand Dubai, they get on YouTube. People who are not coming here, people who are not talking to us, talking to yourself, the first thing they think is, oh, I'm sending my kids over to Dubai. I'm going to get into this pre-construction. This is going to be good because I can do this. But they don't know that little bit of information you just put there, which is very simple. We structure everything to fit your needs.
Yeah.
Right. So when I made the comment of somebody like Yan who's sending her kids over, and it was a good investment to get into a pre-construction. The idea behind that was, do I go to YouTube? Do I seek some people, or do I go straight to the source? Hey, Khuram, CEO of Bayou Salon Properties. This is my idea. I got 2 girls. I want to send them over. I'm a new investor. What do you think I should do? And now you're sitting with the professionals in front of you, mapping out a strategic plan to benefit not just your girls, but you at the long term.
Yeah. And as well, just to bring it to your attention, in UAE, we have strict media policies. So people, they can't just simply go out there, hey, you know what, today I'm a doctor, tomorrow I'm a donkey, and day after tomorrow I'm a scientist. No, it doesn't work like that in Dubai, because for each thing they're gonna be creating and posting and advertising, they have to have the license for it. It's not going to go through anything. People, they go ahead and start selling bananas online, and tomorrow is all about Lululemon, and day after tomorrow they are into Ferraris. No, whatever they want to be advertising, whatever they want to feed you as information, they're gonna need the license too. They can't talk bad about any religion. They can't talk bad about any country, any culture at all, let alone UAE. Obviously, talking bad about UAE, that's definitely unacceptable. But even if it's about different countries, unethical stuff is totally not acceptable. There are
Khuram,
massive points.
This is why we love you. It's the heart behind it, the wisdom, the education, right? Which I have to tell you, there's a lot of developers in Dubai right now, but Bayou Salon Property stands out. It just stands out. For someone listening right now that wants to separate your projects from the rest, somebody new, somebody fresh, somebody that wants to come in and sit down and get hot and busy. I mean, how do we get a hold of you, man?
So yeah, do
I mean,
contact
I know
us.
how we get a hold
We're
of you.
available every day. We have a strong social media presence. Talk to us on Instagram. Talk to us on Facebook, TikTok. We there. www.bayoutalsalam.com is there. So we always available.
I'm putting it in a chat. So,
Okay.
My personal IG is also there. So Mr. CEO Dubai, they can look into my personally, the Instagram. Add me up, drop me a message, and I'm more than happy to clarify any questions, any concerns.
Khuram, for somebody watching this podcast, because obviously we're gonna go with this for a while, because this is a topic that the world needs to know about, right? For somebody watching this podcast in the US, in Asia, Europe, what's your best advice they're looking to, if somebody looking to enter Dubai this coming year for 2026?
Do it now in 2025. Sorry, I'm sorry. Don't wait
Yeah,
till
might as well start
2026.
now.
Yeah.
Let's start now. 27 days. Why not? Let's go.
Absolutely.
Today is not going to come back tomorrow. So, make use of it, because today's investment will definitely be tomorrow's asset.
Nice.
So if you're gonna miss out 2021, 2022, 2023, thinking it's gonna be 2024 or 2025, those years are gone. And without thinking twice, start looking into Dubai. And if you are gonna be thinking about 2026 to 2027, obviously you're gonna be missing out massive capital appreciation. A lot of things are gonna be changing in Dubai. Be where the money is flowing to. You can't
I'm sorry, Karan.
you can't sit away from money thinking you're gonna make money. You're gonna have to be where the money is flowing to.
I'm going to leave this here, and I'm going to push this over to Julie, because the time I know we went over the time, and you're in a complete different time zone, and this guy, and so it's so interesting that we can just go and go and go and go. And like I started this before, this is just the beginning of what's coming. There were so many episodes of so many different type of topics that we're going to cover with you, with Bayou Asylum Properties, with the culture, with Dubai in general, and everybody that lives in there. That it's going to be a highlight of a century here. So I'm gonna leave this with the fact that Dubai isn't. This is not a hype. This is a system, and the numbers, they just don't lie. You above all, you are the living proof, because you're right in the middle of it all. So to everybody here tonight, thank you for coming. This is our first episode of many to come. For those watching, please subscribe on Dropping Jules. There will be a whole lot more to this. Very interesting topic. Please reach out to Khuram, to Julie, myself, if you want some more information about the properties in Dubai and how to get access into the properties. And for everyone listening and going to continue to listen, stay locked in, because this series of Dubai, this is just a beginning. We're just getting fired up now. Yeah. So, guys, thank you. Khuram, I love you, brother. Thank you so much for staying up with us. We'll talk soon again. That I promise.
Yeah,
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome. I do want to say a couple things before we close. So, yeah, very good questions. Definitely reach out to us. I'll put you in contact with Khuram, whatever questions you have. And Fumi as well. We're here. We're very transparent. So whatever questions, and if you know others who are interested, we are going to be doing this every other Wednesday, so bi-weekly. On Wednesday at 7 Eastern. It's 4 a.m. Khuram's time, so I know it's early. Yeah, and
Wow.
I don't know what time it is, but we just want to bring the information. I mean, like, I fell in love with it. I want to share Dubai with everybody and why it's important, why we should invest there. Of course, you want to, diversify, but take a look at it, and whatever questions you have, please bring to us. Whatever you want to know, it's going to help everybody else, right? So,
is there any information that we can share with those family in Vietnam?
Yes, I have some. And we pay referral fees too. And so keep that in mind. Yeah, just I have your number, right? I should have your number. I'll drop my number in here. Shoot me a text, and we can chat offline. I'll put it in the chat.
Because a lot, as far as I know, lots of Vietnamese family who want to invest, help Vietnam. Yeah.
Sure. Yen, you have my number, right? I put it in the chat. I'm pretty sure you have.
If not, I'll give it to her for $5.50.
All right. No, this has been very informative, Khuram. I really appreciate you, my brother, and getting up this early and to devote your time to us. We greatly appreciate it. Always a wealth of information. 44 countries, guys, and he loves Dubai. That's saying a lot, and I know I'm destined to be there, and he's gonna find me my sheik, so we're good.
And next time we're back here, we're going to talk about zero taxes.
Yes,
going.
we
That's
will.
the next episode. Zero taxes. This is where it gets everybody's the taxes. Uncle Sam is not gonna like us after we're done with that episode.
Yes. So join us in 2 weeks, okay, guys? But in the meantime, don't wait that long. Just text so we
Yeah.
can, get you connected with Khuram and answer any questions you have. Joel, thanks for being here. Jamie, thank you for me. It's a
Thanks,
pleasure.
guys.
Yes,
Um,
yeah, thank you.
yeah,
Thanks,
shoot me a
everyone.
text. All right.
Yeah.
Have a
Okay.
good
Night,
night.
guys.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.